What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm setting up this Baker 825 OG shape. I recently picked up the Reynolds shoes, and I've actually had this board for about, I'd say like a month or two now. I've just been kind of waiting to set it up because I had a couple boards to go through first, and it kind of is suiting that I already had this board when the new shoes were dropped. So stoked, gonna set this up. And in the next video, I'm gonna try and do frontside flips like Reynolds. If you guys have been following this channel, you know that my frontside flips aren't like Reynolds. They're more like Muska, or like a hybrid between both of them. But I've recently discovered a couple kind of nuggets or pieces to the puzzle, if you might say, to completing the frontside flip. I was watching actually a Mitchie Brusco video. It's kind of crazy, like growing up, we didn't really have access to like, you know, tutorial videos like we do nowadays with YouTube. I mean, there was the odd like kind of trick tip in the 411s, but like nothing like it is today with like kind of crazy detailed breakdown of the tricks. And it's windy right now. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. But one of the kind of nuggets or trick tips that I had picked up, first one was actually from a buddy of mine, Andreas, Mad Greek Dre on Instagram. He was observing my frontside flip and noticed that it was kind of off balance the way I was putting the weight into my feet. So I wasn't putting enough weight into my front foot. I was actually putting too much weight on the back foot, which was causing it to kind of like rocket and go up, and I just couldn't keep up with it. Another thing, like I said, I was watching the Mitchie Brusco video, and he mentioned that a lot of it is actually a front shove rather than a frontside 180, and that makes so much sense now that I'm thinking about it. Because like the way you want to manipulate the board is for it to rotate under you, as opposed to having to, like, I guess if you can do it like Wade, where he like ollies first or kick flips first and then does the rest of the 180 later. But the goal really is not to do it that way, because that's hard. This might just be a raw, uncut video. It might be quite long. I'll try not to make it too boring and try and set this board up as quickly as possible. I actually don't have exact measurements of what this board is. I'm sure you can find it online on the Baker website. I don't know if you guys have been to the Baker website recently. If you guys know, I'm a web designer, and their website actually used to be pretty good, but I went there recently and like the background is red, which is a terrible contrast if you're comparing it to like, you know, what white or black text is. You can no longer filter boards by their size. You can only shop by looking at them and then hoping that they have your size, which is kind of unfortunate, because their website, like I said, used to be good. A lot of brands do this. They go and change their website to like be current or cool or trendy, and it takes away from the actual experience, and you know. I'm like in a parking lot right now, next to the skate park, Cloverdale Skate Park. And there's just like a bunch of construction going on around me. You guys can't even see what's going on here. Let me just tilt this down a bit so you can at least see me, what I'm doing here. So you're not left in the dark of what I'm doing with my hands. I'm stoked to skate this board. I've been on a real skateboard. I've been on actually iShod's Twin Tail, which Ben DeGros gave me. I got a few words to say about this the whole Twin Tail situation, because this board that I have, the Twin Tail, I don't think it's actually a true Twin Tail, because like one of the sides feels steeper than the other, and I'm like certain that it's not actually symmetrical. So like when my shot is like, oh, I throw down and it doesn't matter which direction it goes, like there is a difference. And for someone like him who's very particular about his setup, I don't know if the boards he's getting are different from like what's in production, but I don't know. I feel like this whole twin tail, I'd be curious to know how they're doing in sales, because like I don't think it's the best thing for a consumer, because oh my god, this blade is dull. Because like unless you grew up skating something like that, it's difficult to like adapt to that if you've always skated. Oh, I just butchered that. If you've always skated, you know, directional boards, because one, it's hard to always get consistent boards unless you're like, you know, getting flowed boards or you're a pro and you can always get the same shape, which makes it hard. And two, I don't think it's actually fully symmetrical. So I don't know what to say about that, but I don't know if I'd skate one again, to be honest. But I do like the shape of it. So I'll quickly show you. Actually, I have it right here. I got so much shit in my trunk here. Come on. This is it right here. That's the nose, I think. No, that's the tail. Yeah, so this is the nose. It's like, you won't be able to tell on camera. I mean, it probably looks symmetrical, but I'm telling you, I've been skating this as a tail because the steepness feels completely different. And I'm not the only person to say that. It was actually Ben who gave me that board, and he actually is the one that mentioned it. He's like, I'd skate this as the nose because it's the steepness is different. It's slightly steeper. And then, yeah, stepping on it, you can feel it right away. I love that classic graphic. I actually bought an 8.5 and then an 8.25, but the 8.5 I actually put on my wall in my office. I'm stoked to skate this. I actually kind of like the kind of exposed, just wood grain for the top sheet. It looks really good. But let's set this up. Let's set this up a little further so you guys can see a bit better. Hopefully no one runs over my tripod in this busy construction parking lot. Try and take off the front truck first. I am running currently Thunder 147 lights. 147, I think, or 148. I think 148. How do I forget that? I actually picked these up when I was down in Mexico at BBS. I had to actually pick them off directly off the production line, choose my hardware. I like picked up this like gold hardware here with the white bushings, which I think come off Ventures. Yeah, what a cool experience. That's probably the last time I left off with you guys for a video, was down in California. At least one of the last ones. So, you know, I made a couple of other videos since then, but yeah, I haven't really posted in a year. And if you guys have been following the channel, sorry that I haven't been posting. I just haven't been in the right mindset. I won't go really into too many details, but basically I had a big loss in the family, and grief is something else, man, I tell you. It just deflated me, and basically had to deal with processing that. It's just been over a year now, and I'm finally starting to like regain that confidence to want to make videos again and get back to helping skate shops again. If you guys aren't aware, I started a community in school, which is a kind of an online community platform which allows you to, where is the nose? I think that's the nose. Basically, I've created a school group, where it is a skateboard industry community where people from the industry, from shop owners to distributors to brand owners, can all kind of band together. And I'm going to put a bunch of free resources in there where people can learn about, I'm a web designer, people can learn about web design. I created like a video tutorial guide on a skate shop website guide, which basically runs you through whether you started your Shopify store or you're starting from scratch, or you already have a store, just like a step-by-step guide on literally how to make it look nice, profitable, what apps to use, whatnot, how to set everything up. So that's going to be offered in the school community. There is a price tag on it. The school community is going to cost $9 a month, which is basically the cost of 2 coffees a month. And the reason for that is because I'm going to have live Q&A calls in there where we can go in and answer questions about skate shop websites, or we want to basically create a Discord of like people in the skate industry, like what's working, what's not working, and how can we learn from each other and grow and ultimately keep skateboarding alive. Because yeah, it's a difficult climate out there. I know with like tariffs and yeah, just the tight margins that come with the skate industry, it must be very difficult for a lot of brands and skate shops, and especially the ones that are importing from different countries. So yeah, live Q&A calls in there. It'd be sick to have like, I know Donna Brown's in that group. It'd be sick to have like guest speakers from like the industry who like, you know, legends that know quite a bit about how to operate and run businesses within this industry. So that's kind of the goal there. This is looking sick already. Look at that. Last time I skated a Baker board was, I forget actually, maybe 4 years ago. It was, I think it was an 8475, which is one of their fun shapes. I think it was the same style mold, the OG shape. That was back when I was on Indies actually. So different setup now that I'm on Thunders. But yeah, Thunder Lights. Also Spitfires. While I was down at BBS, I was able to pick those up as well. They're 52 millimeter. Dude, I've had these for like a year and a half now, almost. I have another pair. I just haven't bothered to switch them out because the smaller they get, I don't know, just the more I get used to them, they last quite a while as well. But yeah, Spitfire, 52 mil, 99, Formula 4s. It's my go-to wheel. If you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know that it's been my wheel for quite a long time. And I got Bronson G3s as far as bearings go. I don't know, I've tried a bunch of different bearings in the past. I've never tried like the Swiss, Bone Swiss, like the more expensive ones, I guess. I've tried Reds, I've tried Quantums, I've tried other variations, and I think I've seen the most success with the G3s. I think they've lasted me the longest as far as like longevity. I used to be one to like, you know, clean bearings, but I don't know, I just don't have time for that these days, so I'd rather just buy a bearing that will last me a while, and the odd time I gotta like, you know, pop one out to replace it. That's fine. I always keep a few with me in my bag. So if ever you catch me in the sesh and your bearing pops, just let me know, because I typically have bearings in my bag. There we go. I am excited to skate. You know what? Some people like setting up a board I know you guys like to watch videos of me setting up boards, so that's cool. But honestly, like, it's not that fun. I just want to go and skate. If there was a faster way to do this, I would do it. One thing I'm not looking forward to is fresh grip. Especially with shoes that I'm like kind of still getting used to. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you've skated the new Reynolds shoes and what you think of them, because so far I'm really liking them. There's a lot less board feel than like I'm used to. I was on Superstars before, Adidas, and I like those. They were good. Offer a lot of grip. They lasted a long time. They didn't fit my foot quite right, which was kind of annoying, and a bit of like, you know when like a shoe kind of goes side to side in the heel? Definitely a lot of that. But these Reynolds ones don't do that. They definitely are a snug fitting, good feeling shoe. Yeah, just less board feel, but look down factor is good. I think they'll last quite a while. And hopefully in the next video, they'll allow me to do Reynolds frontside flips. Yeah, also comment below what your guys' setup is. If you do ride a Baker board, what you skate it with. If not, what your, what's your go-to setup? I'd be curious. I know like a lot of you ride similar setups to me, but also smaller setups too. A lot of you are on bigger boards. I'd be curious to know like if you guys are still on bigger setups or if that has changed. But yeah, let me know. And if you're still here, still watching, feel free to comment what kind of videos you want me to make. I'm not saying that I'll have like heaps of time to make a bunch of videos like I used to. I do have a newborn at home, which takes up quite a bit of my time, as well as trying to run a business and, try to keep the wife happy.
Hello.
Hey.
Can I park my car here?
I have no idea. I'm parking here.
No, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's a park here, so.
I saw it. Supposed to do, they say it's Graham Construction.
Yeah. I think it's an open parking. There's a park right there, like to skateboard and like stuff. So I'd imagine it's a free parking lot. I wouldn't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. So funny how people like, this dude just asked me if like I can park, he can park here. I don't know, what am I, like the parking guy? But that's it, that's the board. That's the thumbnail as well, maybe, we'll see. Baker, you know what, Reynolds always, in his, I don't know if you noticed, there's a few clips in Baker 4 where he like shows his board and it's upside down and he points at it. I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. That's the video. Uncut, raw. Hope you guys are well. And we'll catch you in the next video where I'm trying to do frontside flips. Peace.